Hello and welcome to the StudyTravel news video. I'm Jenny Fennelly.
And I'm Sam Sequeira, bringing you the latest news.
The headlines this week: Australia records another year of strong growth.
UK announces new immigration system.
BOSSA survey reveals concerns of Chinese agencies over coronavirus.
And much more, including positive postgraduate data in the US and bumper profits for IDP.
But we start with Australia, which welcomed 750,000 international students on student visas in 2019, a 9% increase compared with the previous year and the 7th consecutive year of growth, according to data released this week by the Department of Education.
The largest growth came in the vocational or VET sector at 16.8% to almost 284,000 enrolments. Higher education remained the largest segment with over 440,000 enrolments, growth of 11.1%. Enrolments are higher than the total number of students, as students can enroll on more than one course in a year.
China remained the largest source country overall, with a small increase of 261,000 enrolments and represented around 27% of all overseas enrolments.
However, a significant proportion of the over-increase came from the next largest source markets of India and Nepal, with growth of 34% and 33% respectively. The top 5 was completed by Brazil and Vietnam.
Back to the UK next, where Home Secretary Priti Patel has announced a new post-Brexit immigration regime that will place EU students under the same rules as non-EU students and see the introduction of a points-based system for work and study visas from next year.
Full details were not available at the time of recording, but the Home Secretary said that if a student has an offer from an approved institution, can demonstrate sufficient English skills and adequate maintenance funds, then they will achieve the points threshold.
The Home Office has indicated that students from non-visa countries will not need a visa for short-term study up to 6 months. Another measure that will impact on the sector is the withdrawal of ID cards as a means of entry for European students, although the government has not given an exact timeline for when they will be phased out.
Chinese agency association BOSSA has released the results of a flash survey of almost 100 member agencies on the impact of the coronavirus, with 3/4 indicating a decrease in inquiries this year.
Most expect bookings to dip this year, but felt that students would defer plans rather than cancel altogether. The summer camp sector is the most threatened, with 82% anticipating cancellations this year. More than 80% of agents said they were still working completely remotely at present.
And now for a roundup of some of the other news stories this week. And some positive data news for the USA. After a tough couple of years, applications from and new enrolments of international postgraduate students both increased for the fall 2019 intake, according to the Council of Graduate Schools survey of more than 400 institutions. Japan, Taiwan and Mexico were the strongest growth markets.
Australia-headquartered higher education agency chain IDP Education has reported a 25% increase in revenue for the first half of the 2020 financial year, based on strong growth in student placements and increased business from IELTS testing.
College of English Language, or CEL, has announced a new Future Global Leaders summer course for teenagers in San Diego, running through July and taking a project-based learning approach to cultural awareness, being part of a team and developing leadership skills, the company said.
Humber College in Toronto will open a new international graduate school in January 2021, offering business-focused programs with a work-integrated learning component.
LTL Mandarin School has added Singapore to its portfolio of destinations, adding to mainland China and Taiwan.
Study Group has announced the acquisition of online higher education platform Insendi, which was developed by Imperial College. Study Group said the deal would provide a significant opportunity for business growth in online, blended and international education.
Cohort Go has announced a partnership with digital bank Northloop that will support international students in sending funds to the USA from more than 100 countries.
Lastly, and back to the coronavirus, the UK Home Office has announced that Chinese students unable to leave because of the outbreak will have their visas automatically extended and confirmed that students missing classes will not be subject to compliance action.
More on all of those stories online, as well as photos from the StudyTravel Alfie Asia and Alfie Taiwan conferences that have taken place over the last few days. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
Goodbye.